YouTube, what is up? What's good with you guys? It's the Boul Nate. Shout out to the Boul Nation. How you feeling good, man? I'm feeling good. I got the mic out, so we gotta talk about something. Either something I've seen, something pretty serious, or something I might want to just try to get more in depth with. And honestly, this video I'm going to dive into what I've seen a lot on social media and in the news, and that's pretty much the migrant situation. And I've been seeing like a lot of the migrants are getting a lot of benefits from the government, and this is pretty much like my big reasoning why I think that they get so many benefits of they get housing, they get like stipends, and so many other like monetary and housing benefits. And my reasoning why is because of the potential cheap labor that a lot of cities and companies can get from these migrants. So let me explain. So honestly, I know that this is pretty like a pretty touchy issue, but honestly, one of the big complaints about migrants in general in the United States is that they're taking a lot of the jobs, which you can kind of look at the stats and say they are, but there's a few reasons why that they are. So the first reason why is that they're going to be cheaper, for company wide, because obviously Americans, we know our worth. If a job might require a certain amount of requirements or responsibilities, or it might require either certification. So we're gonna command a certain amount of money, and then obviously we're gonna command a certain amount of benefits. We want some health benefits. We're gonna want dental. We're gonna want vision. We're gonna want a 401k. We're gonna want maybe potentially companies to match our 401k, input and things like that, and potentially get stocks. So obviously for a company, they're like, oh man, we got to pay all this just for one employee, and then also you got X amount of employees. However, for migrants, they might be like, okay, we're just glad to get away from whatever's happening in Mexico, the Caribbean, etc., etc. So they're gonna be willing to take a much lower pay, and they might not need those X amount of benefits, or they might get those benefits, but the company can get on the bare minimum, and that will entice them to all right, boom, let's hire more migrants. It saves money. We still get people to work. Boom. Two, migrants are willing to do much more physical labor and for many hours. This is kind of like the biggest reason why they see a lot of migrants taking on jobs, especially more like the construction and more like the hard labor jobs, because they are willing to work 10, 12, 14-hour days doing hard labor each and every day, that a lot of Americans are kind of shying away from. I see a lot of Americans are now kind of doing a little more doing more IT, more finance, less of the the hard working jobs, more kind of the remote office typing and things like that kind of job, instead of just the continuous building stuff or hauling things and stuff like that kind of you saw America being built on back in the 1900s. So between being cheaper for the employee, and for the employer, and also for being able to work long hours that a lot of Americans aren't trying to do, that's why you see a lot of migrants taking a lot of these jobs. And that's the reason why I believe that you see a lot of cities and a lot of states like that are giving them such benefits, so they can stay in America, keep the family here, and then that's what's going to push Americans out the way and allow companies to eventually hire those migrants to work for their company, or the states and the local government's going to have those people work for them. And obviously, Americans kind of might want some remote work, and things like that. So obviously, as an American, like you looking like that, like where the benefits come from for us? Like we've been living here, we're doing this. A lot of Americans are struggling, and that's my reason. My reason is that like, hey, they're looking like, oh, okay, we got all the migrants coming over, boom, we can get them housing, get them settled, get some money. They and this and that and that, and then boom, right to work. And honestly, to me that sucks because obviously like you got hardworking Americans already out here and they're struggling for to pay their rent. They're struggling to just pay basic necessities, and a lot of them are working like 2, 3 jobs, and they can't afford like a sick day. They can't afford to take a day off. They can't afford any other like things like that. And it's crazy that you just see states is giving unfortunately migrants a lot of money, but that's really my reasoning. Because normally when the government doing stuff like this, like when they just hand out like free stuff or get people any kind of people money, there's normally something deeper. Normally there's something like some kind of like plan that they got, and that's the plan I think they got. Is that cheap labor, migrants, boom, get Americans out the way, boom. And also, like, they kind of like limit like I really don't say limit the living conditions, but they really don't have to maybe possibly do too much as if a regular Americans who living there. Honestly, that's my reasoning. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. That's pretty much just my reasoning. Like that's why I just think they see all there's like as benefits or things like that being given to migrants, and it sucks. I mean, if I said hopefully, like I guess hopefully they're helping them, but I just feel like it's some kind of like plan, some evil plan by the government to kick Americans I won't say out the cities, but like kind of like get them away, and then just get cheap labor. Because honestly, companies don't care really much about people. They care about just making as much money as they can, and they are willing to go as cheap as they can. At the same time, try to expunge as much labor as they can from their employees. And for them, this is probably the perfect storm to do that. And it is at the expense of us currently working Americans and in those cities like New York, San Francisco, etc., even DC, etc. So, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a different thing going on, but that's just my idea that I've been thinking about for the past, 2 days, week or so. Ever since I've been seeing more and more of this come out. So, as always, like the video, get a thumbs up, and I will catch y'all next time.